What's up? Welcome back. My name is Amanda if you have never seen me before. And today we are planting our veggie seedlings. I'm so excited. Now, granted, I might be doing it a little too early. I mean, I know there's no such thing as like too early, kind of. It's just a matter of how much space you have in your home and how much work you want to put into it in your home, into the plants, until you can transplant them outside. But I can't wait. I'm getting the itch. So here in Colorado Springs, our estimated last frost date is May 8th, I believe, 8th or 9th. We'll just say the 8th. But I have learned that in Colorado, the last frost date does not usually mean you can transplant outside. So last year, I couldn't transplant outside for another 2 weeks after because there were still some pretty big frosts, and hail is supposed to be pretty bad around that month, but whatever, no bad vibes for this year's garden. I am just excited to start these seeds, and I'm growing quite a bit more than last year, and I'm trying to keep it practical. I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I'm really trying to stick with things that I use in my house often, in the kitchen, obviously. So what I am actually planting, Romas. This is what I really want to concentrate on. I want to get most of my tomato bulk from these Romas. That's what we use often in the house, so this is the most practical for me. We got ground cherries, which I had never even heard of these. So my husband Raul was telling me that he had these when he went back to our hometown at his grandparents' house, and so his grandparents are Portuguese, he's Portuguese, and he called them something else. Tomatcapush? I don't remember what he said, something like that. And I had no idea what that was. So when I was Googling it, this is what came up, ground cherries. But then I also saw another pack from a different brand in stores here, and they were called golden tomatillos or something, or yellow tomatillos, golden, I don't know, which makes sense because they're in the same family as tomatillo. You can see they both have similar husks, so yeah, I'm super excited for this one. And then we have actual tomatillos, and these again I really want to concentrate on because they are so expensive out here. And since I told myself I wasn't gonna go crazy with the heirloom tomatoes, I will pot these just because I had these left over from last year. These are just regular cherry tomatoes, which honestly, looking in here, there's like 5 seeds. So, and then we got black crims, which I was so excited for last year, and then I was so bummed when they got destroyed by hail, and I couldn't find plants or starters anywhere in any local nursery. Like, they sold out so fast. I guess they're super popular, so I'm really looking forward to this. And then we got our miscellaneous, I guess. So we have, I always call these cucamelons, but I guess their actual name is the Mexican sour gherkin cucumber. Yeah, I'm really excited to grow these. Then we got regular cucumbers. Now these are supposed to be really great for pickling, which is the main reason why I wanted to grow cucumbers, because I just want to pickle a bunch of shit. And then we got sugar baby watermelons. Now these, same thing, got destroyed last year. I never got to see them. I am really excited for these. These are supposed to be great for short growing seasons. These guys prefer to be sowed outdoors. Their root system is very sensitive. But honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be setting myself up for success if I sow these outside. Like, I just can't imagine these coming to full maturity, sowing them outside by the time the temperatures and the soil temperature is right. So I'm just gonna start from seed, and maybe I'll save 1 or 2 seeds to sow outside if I have the space to kind of test it out. But my plan is just to be very careful. But I'm nervous. This is probably the one I'm most nervous for, because I mean, how am I supposed to grow a freaking melon, you know? Also, we got some carrots. Again, shorter variety, or not variety, shorter maturity growing season. And honestly, these seeds, I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I mean, it's gonna depend on my space. Since I'm going to sow these directly outside, it's just really gonna depend where I'm at space-wise, and if I have to cut something out, it's gonna be these carrots. Next, we got peppers, which I'm most excited for. So, starting off, we got the classic. Last year, I grew a variety called Salsa Garden, and I got it here locally. They were pretty good, like, pretty good, and they're pretty spicy. So, If I happen to have space and I see it out again this year, I might pick up one plant, but for now I'm just gonna concentrate on these. And then, I mean, these aren't hot, but I actually found these at my dollar store. They were $4 for $1. So I was like, hey, okay, I'll grow some bell peppers. We eat a lot of bell peppers. So shishitos, which I'm super pumped for. I have not had these peppers in forever. So I'm so excited to grow these. We got serranos, which I'm also very excited for. These are left over and I have a significant amount of seeds left. We have habanero plants, or seeds. And I actually got these from a Instagram friend. There's this whole dilemma with my habaneros that I grew last year, that I either got the wrong plant at the nursery and they mislabeled, or they were cross-pollinated in some weird way. I don't know, but I was super bummed because I was most looking forward to those because I love this pepper, and again, they're very expensive out here in Colorado to buy in the grocery store, so shout out to him. And then these are also from him, which I'm super excited. So we got the Ring of Fire. I've mostly been using these seeds just for cooking, adding into stuff, and I've been trying to save them. Oh, they smell so good. He wrote on their seeds viable question mark, which I do remember him telling me that they could be or could not, I don't know. But I'm just gonna pass them up and try to grow them anyway because that'd be great. And then he threw in these. So they're crossed with Ghost and Scorpion peppers. So I'm super excited. I'm definitely gonna pot up some of these seeds. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, this is gonna be so hot. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably dry them out, same as this, and I could use them in like chili or, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to make a quick little hot sauce or something. But regardless, I'm super excited. I picked these up at my nursery and they come like this. And then I did buy these just because it does make it easier. Where I place my seeds, they go on a wire rack. I'll show you, but they need a mat of some sort. Okay, so for soil, I did not buy a seed starting soil. What I'm being kind of cheap this year because I did buy some last year. Not that it was crazy expensive, but whatever. So I got both these potting mixes from a friend, so they were free. I'm gonna use these, and then I have this guy still, and I'm just gonna mix them. I'm gonna mix that cheap free soil with the nicer quality soil, and I think I'll be okay. So definitely want to make sure you have a clear space. Also, something else to note is you want your soil to be moist. So I recommend soaking your soil before potting it. It's going to make it a lot easier, and it's going to ensure that the soil is nice and moist. This is pretty good texture. Now you also don't want to pack in your soil super tight, so I just like to kind of flatten it out. Perfect. And we're going to leave a little bit of space because we're going to pop the seeds in and then sprinkle some on top to cover. So to make this easier, we're going to do all the peppers first so I do not get confused. Now we're going to do the shishitos. So you can pot these seeds however you like. Some people like to be exact and kind of make a little hole if you want, but I sprinkle a few for each, which I would recommend doing anyway because you can thin out as they start coming in to kind of have your pick of the strongest. Also, why did I just shake that like it was a freaking ramen seasoning packet? So we got some shishito seeds, very exciting. And I guess I'll just do over here, it doesn't really matter. You're just gonna sprinkle a couple. You don't want to do too many per pot. I'd say like 2 to 3. A couple of them, I'm not gonna lie, have like 4, but you know, what are you gonna do? Then we're just gonna take some more of our soil and you're just gonna sprinkle on top to cover. And we're done with these guys. At least you don't want to put a super thick layer on top to where you're like suffocating the seeds. Just sprinkle some on and you'll be good. Next, we're gonna do our serranos. All right, we're jamming. All right, first tray is done. All the peppers are on this tray. So I figured tomatoes should be next since these are the next set of vegetables that I have the most of. Now you might be thinking, why am I planting so many of one type of vegetable? And don't ask me because I don't know. Whoa, I was not expecting that. Okay, these ground cherries, seeds are super tiny. Oh my god. I just dumped half of them out. Some are on my legs, I could see them. But wow, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna pick some up off my ankle that I can see. Okay, I just finished this flat. Now this is it. So these are the last of my seeds. Obviously I had way more of the peppers, which is why they got a whole flat to themselves. This one I was able to split up, so that's nice. I have the Romas, the cherry tomatoes, black crimson, all my ground cherries, and then I got my cucamelons and my regular cukes, my watermelon, my tomatillos, like everything's good. I'm so excited that I finally got them all potted and ready to go. So other things I'm planning to grow in the garden but I can't really deal with yet: onions, potatoes, garlic. I would love to grow all those, and also flowers and herbs. So normally I'm not a flower gal. I mean, they require lots of watering, as do vegetables, but you don't really get anything besides just looking at them, I guess, which isn't a strong argument in my case because all these houseplants, I just look at them. So they're not really giving me anything physically like the vegetables do. But I want to be more active in companion gardening for this year. So that's my driving reason for including more flowers. But I am not gonna worry about starting those indoors. I'll just sow those outside. Let me know if you are starting your garden and wherever you live, if it's early for you or if you're kind of on time. Especially if you live in Colorado, let me know. I know I'm not that crazy because I've seen people here in Colorado Springs that I follow on Instagram already starting, or that have already started peppers and tomatoes like a couple weeks ago. So compared to them, I'm probably late, but I'm still kind of borderline early, on time, whatever. Oh, and if you have any suggestions or tips for companion planning that you've done that worked for you or that you just know of, let me know, because if you ever Google search companion planning, it's crazy the amount of information out there, and I'm trying to put together a list and keep it simple, but like I said, it's a lot of information and some of it contradicts each other. So I'm hyped to update on my garden here. So if you want to stay updated and you like gardening videos, subscribe. If you don't want to, you can find me here on Instagram and TikTok, kind of. I hope wherever you live, you have a good day or night, and I will see you in my next video.